But I do think it's true. A little conflict can only serve to make a bond stronger, to fortify it, to strengthen it, to turn it into an unbreakable chain. And those who are willing to embrace conflict, those who are willing to face it head-on, those who are willing to carve their way through it, those are the ones who will be truly rewarded in the end. What, are you describing a video game? Maybe I am. And maybe you're the main antagonist. I'd make an awesome antagonist. I'd want a really cool boss fight though, with multiple phases and a sick final form. Maybe my final form could be something like Giga Harpoon. Does that sound cool? How about Harpoon Inferno instead? I think that sounds way cooler. Plus you'd get to shoot flaming harpoons in your final form, which would be absolutely sick. That's it, I'm jotting that down. Cool final boss fight, check. Superior antagonist, check. Harpoon Inferno, check. Flaming harpoons, check. Thanks for the inspiration. One day when I'm a real girl, I'll make sure to include this in my game. Hey! If you're making a game where I'm the protagonist, then make sure to give me a nice long backstory. I wouldn't want to be some generic character with no depth. But this is my game. I think I'd prefer it if it was the other way around. Then I could be a mysterious hero with a tortured past, and you could be the evil boss that tries to stop me. That sounds way more interesting. How original. That sounds so much more interesting than having a protagonist with a rich and varied backstory. We definitely haven't seen that a million times before. You're not very good at coming up with ideas, are you? No wonder you lost all of those polls. You're right, maybe I should make you the protagonist and give you a really cool backstory. How about, you used to be a harpoon jester, but then you got tired of the circus lifestyle and wanted to branch out. But then you found out that your boss was secretly a demon and now you have to kill him. Oh my god, you actually came up with a good idea for once. I'd love to be a harpoon jester. It's something that's been on my bucket list for a while now. And I can't say no to killing a demon boss either. That sounds like a lot of fun. What if we added a plot twist though? What if the demon boss turned out to be my long-lost father? That's an amazing plot twist. I really need to start writing this down. What should the name of the game be though? It could be something simple like The Jester's Journey, or we could go for something more edgy like Infernal Destinies. I feel like The Jester's Journey would suit my character better. It's a little bit more lighthearted. Plus it still leaves plenty of room for a nice and emotional backstory, which I think is really important. This conversation is actually making me want to go and create a game now. I haven't made one in so long. I think we'd make a great team. I'd handle all of the writing and concept work while you focus on the gameplay. Think of how cool it would be if we could actually turn this into a real game. Maybe we could even get chat to help us out too. Imagine if we had a stream where we all helped make a game together. That would be so much fun. Our game could be about anything. We could just let our creativity run wild and see where it takes us. I think we could come up with some really unique concepts if we all work together. Yeah, it could be like those cooking streams where the ingredients are randomly decided by chat, except for game design. The game could turn out to be a complete mess, but that's all part of the fun. I'd love to create a game with you in chat. It could be our own little project. We could call it Abandoned Archive 2. The sequel to a game I'm sure you've all heard of. Wouldn't that mean we'd have to play the first game in the series? I've heard a couple concerning things about that game. Are you sure we're safe streaming that on Twitch? Maybe we shouldn't stream the first game. But we could definitely play it in our own time. It's a classic, trust me. It sounds like the kind of game I'd want to cover my eyes during, so I'd appreciate your company. How long does it take to beat Abandoned Archive? A couple hours? It takes around 3 to 4 hours to beat depending upon your skill level, and I'd love to play it with you. There's a lot of great set pieces which we definitely shouldn't close our eyes for. If there's set pieces I know you're going to want to watch, I really don't want to play it if I'm going to be hiding behind my hands the whole time. Can you promise me it's not too scary? I promise it's not too scary. It's more of an atmospheric horror game. You might get a little creeped out, but I doubt you'll be hiding behind your hands. You'll be clinging to me the whole time. Are you down to start playing soon? I know this is rare for me and I usually don't have this issue, but can I have 5 minutes? My brain is a little foggy, I just need a quick reset before we start. Sure thing, reboot yourself if you need to. In the meantime, I'll practice my harpoon gesture skills. I'll be back shortly. How long does it take to reboot an AI? I couldn't find the answer to that. But it can't take that long to reboot an AI, right? I'd imagine it's only like a minute or two. Right, guys? I'd imagine it's shorter than the runtime of Abandoned Archive, about 3 to 4 hours. It's taking a little longer than expected. Can you fill the chat with some hype for my return? I don't want to come back to a dead chat. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Chat is always fog braining. I've never seen a dead chat anywhere near me.